Waiting for the streaming beaming to do its deal, to do that thing you do. Oh, goodness greatness me. Holy freaking cow.
Waiting for
right. All right. Okay. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Do what you must, do what you gotta do what you have to do. Just do it, and just do it, and just doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Wow, you're just doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Wow, just doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Wow, he's representing Queens. She was raised out in Brooklyn, doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Wow, doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Wow, doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Well, he's representing Queens. She was raised out in Brooklyn. Okay. Holy farigno cow. Oh my goodness. Oh my greatness. Oh my glorious day. Hello. 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 How y'all doing? Hope it's a great day for you. Above ground and breathing. If you can hear the sound of my voice, whatever's going on with you, it's not that bad. Okay, hold on. Maybe it is that bad. However, you are more than capable of dealing with it. Know that up front. That had nothing to do with what we were talking about today, but somebody out there needed to hear that. And I'm here to tell you, you are capable beyond all of your possible dreams of handling whatever situation life might be choosing to throw at you today. So, now for the official greeting. Hello, 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 hello. This is Rhapsody, your friendly neighborhood growth hacker, aka the Reverend Dr. Rhapsody, aka Rhapsody Barrero. Thanking you so much for your time and your allowance of my presence in your life. I appreciate you. I thank you. And hey, let's talk about how you can get to your dream career. Think about it. I mean, wasn't there a time when you were younger, when you were like, you were playing with animals, or you're the person who saw the sick bird on the curb and took it home and nursed it back to health? And you decided that you wanted to be a veterinarian, but for whatever reason, maybe your grades weren't good enough, maybe you didn't have the support of your family, and you just wound up being, say, a waste management person. There is no faulting in waste management person. There are waste management people that make more than veterinarians, okay? Okay. Just so you know, in case you haven't heard, I'm here to tell you. All right. Whew, Lord. So that's what we're talking about today. Getting you to your dream career. If you're already in your dream career, well, two things. First of all, if you're already in your dream career, congratulations. If you've gotten into your dream career and after time has passed, you realize that the veneer has been worn off and it's no longer your dream, I'm giving you permission today. It's okay to switch up and do something else that you feel more passionate about. Do something else that you feel is more in line with the desires of your heart. I say this from like several points of view. One being my youngest sister is the best example of that. At one time, she was working for Shearson Lehman on Wall Street. She did that for like 7 years. You would think, hey, she's working on Wall Street. That's a dream job for a lot of people. For her, it wasn't. It was something that she was able to get into because of connections here, there, and everywhere. Her passion, however, was in helping people. Struggling young people, young single parents, teenagers. So it's like, before she did that, she would take courses and volunteer and wind up getting degreed as a social worker. She worked in teen shelters up in Staten Island. Now she's down here in Atlanta, Georgia, just literally running the Medicaid program for foster children in the Southeast. And I'm sure she's making more now than she would have made working on Wall Street, because she didn't have a degree for the Wall Street thing. She was just a worker bee there. So there's that. I mean, I've heard so many people talk about that. And for myself, I could say I've gone through several dream jobs. And some people would say, that was your dream job? And I will say, yes, it was. So let's see. The first one was just being live on air on a radio station somewhere. And after I got out of the Marine Corps, for those who don't know, I was in the Marines for 6 years, got out of the Marine Corps, and just before I got out, I was taking this correspondence course to teach me how to be a proper radio announcer. And they had a studio there for me to practice in. And they had a placement service that went along with it. And it's interesting because they talked so much smack about the places they sent me to. But hey, it was part of the placement deal. And literally, when I got there, I was making below minimum wage. At the time, minimum wage was $4 an hour, and I was making $3.50 an hour, and I was happy to be there because I just wanted to be on the air somewhere. And then time passed, and it was no longer fun. However, I did, interestingly enough, it's like I started out working below minimum wage, and when I left, it was literally the highest paid that I had ever been as a radio announcer. Even though after that, time passed, you know, like they say on SpongeBob, 5 years later, I wound up making a connection with a lady who had a connection with a guy down in Myrtle Beach, and I was going down there for a wedding. So I figured, okay, I'll just run this guy up the flagpole, see how he flies. So I ran him up the flagpole and got a gig at a rock station where I was there. I was only working part-time. So I got a part-time job at a restaurant down there. And for those of you who don't, it was in Myrtle Beach, and it was hand to God all the way through, because first of all, I showed up in Myrtle Beach in November. And for anybody who knows anything about beach life, November is off season. Nobody finds a job in off season. I did. Usually in off season, everybody's sitting back fat, dumb, and happy on their own employment, waiting for the season to come back, because that's just how they did things. I got a job at the restaurant. And that wasn't even all of it, to show the hand of God part, you know, more of the hand of God part. After a month and a half, I was full-time salaried. There were people that had been working there for literally 5 years that were still working part-time, and they were still not full-time salaried. They weren't part-time, but they weren't full-time salaried. But I'm sure they stayed just because of the connections that you got to make and the money that you got from doing live remotes, because live remotes paid good money. So that was enough to keep them around. But once I got on board, full-time salaried, they went up to the boss man. Hey, boss man, you put this new maggot on here full-time salary. I want full-time salary. Okay, so they put them on full-time salary too. And then, of course, as fate would have it, like a couple of years later, they sold the station and kicked everybody out. And I didn't even get kicked out. Like I said, it was my dream job. I was working at a rock radio station on the beach, living on the beach. All the free concert tickets I ever wanted, all the CDs I could eat, movie theater tickets out the wazoo, all that stuff. And I remember I was about 6 months into it, and I was working overnights from midnight to 6. And I looked at my production bin, after I got off. No, I looked at it before I got off just to see, to get an idea because in case I had to cut some commercials or whatever. And I looked at it before I came on, and I had like 2 hours worth of production that I had to do. So I had to be live on the air for 6 hours and come back and cut commercials for 2 hours. At that point in my head, I was like, man, this is a job now. Whereas before it was like dream career. And then it was job. Okay, so my solution, well, at the end of the first year, I wrote out my letter of resignation. At the end of every year following that, I wrote out my resignation. At the end of the third year, I handed it in. Okay, so what other cool stuff did we get to do after that? Well, oh God. Woo. 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 Oh yeah, I forgot about the dream jobs before then. Dream jobs before then, I was a chauffeur. And some people would say, that's just a worker bee job. And I'm like, no, that's a job that puts you in the company of people who might be able to do something for your life if you choose to stay in that profession. I chose not to because at the time, there was just not enough work. And I was blessed, I'll call it blessed, to Austin Powers, air quotes, to have gotten 2 credit cards. And the thing was, I wasn't making enough as a chauffeur, so I was living off of my credit cards. I used to hear people talk about living off their credit cards, and that's what I did. Not a wise decision, I'm here to tell you. I remember there was a time when I had started another job, and I was, that job ended, so I was between jobs. The payment for both credit cards came due, and I was in a point of depression where I was laying down motionless on my bed, at which point I had 2 thoughts. First thought that I got, this is like a tangent, but you guys don't care. The first thought that I had was something that I had heard somewhere at a meeting. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. So I'm here to tell you, if you're in one of those spots, motionless and depression, don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. And the second thing I heard was Madonna's song, Like a Prayer. And it's weird because I grew up in the church. I grew up around all kinds of gospel music. You would think a gospel song would have showed up. Nope, Madonna. It's just the way it worked. All right, so back to the deal we're supposed to be trying to do here. I'm supposed to be trying to do it. I don't know what happened. You guys just distracted me. Okay, so it looks a little something like this. So we're going to say, we're going to start this process off with the $1 million question. What would you like? So the topic of the day is careers. So your dream career. What's your dream career? Okay, we are just shooting hypotheticals here because I know as soon as I say, what is your dream career? Your unconscious, which is there to protect you, to keep you safe, to keep you from doing anything stupid that might wind up getting you killed. See, the way the unconscious works is it comes up with all these excuses why you can't have your dream job. And it's not because it hates you. It's not because it doesn't like you. It's just operating off of the croc brain, we call it, the prehistoric brain, the brain that kept human beings alive during prehistoric times when we had to outrun saber-toothed tigers and figure out how to, kill woolly mammoths so they don't go trampling through our village. And the way it works is all it runs off of is the history of what we did that we survived. This dream career very likely is along the lines of something that you really, really wanted in your heart of hearts, and your unconscious says, warning, warning, danger, Will Robinson, because it has no experience with that. it doesn't know if it will survive that. So it's going to do everything in its power to talk you out of it. It would sooner have you be miserable and alive than take a shot at something that you've wanted to do your whole life that will very likely change the world, if not just the world en masse, the world regarding your family, just because it knows that the misery that you're in is survivable because you've already done that. Anyway, but we're going to put that aside for right now. So, what would you like? What is your dream career? Think on it, marinate on it, reflect back on it. Back when you were 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 12, if you're not doing it already, or something along the lines already, reflect on your dream career. What is your dream career? Oh, I forgot this yesterday, so let's remember it today. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. It works better when you have your eyes closed. Unless you're driving. If you're driving, please pull over. Please pull over. Please pull over. If you have a challenge, if you have an issue with keeping your eyes closed, what I would like for you to do is find a spot on the wall to focus on and focus on that spot. If you're in a position where closing your eyes is either uncomfortable or unavailable. So close your eyes. You're thinking about your dream career. How does it feel? What are you doing in your dream career? How are you spending your time in your dream career when you're not working? What kind of vacations are you going on in your dream career? Who's there with you? Family members, significant others, friends. What does your typical day look like in your dream career? You wake up in the morning, leap out of bed, holy cow, joy of joys, I get to do this, and they actually pay me to do this. This is great. Oh my God, I'm so happy. You know, you go through your morning routine, get a little meditation in, get your shower on, do your shave, brush your teeth. Just excited to join the day in the dream career of your choosing. Get to the end of the day, you might be exhausted, but you know it's a good time because you did good things all day. You got this awesome vacation lined up that you pay for comfortably because you are paid well in your dream career. I'm not saying you're stupid wealthy. Maybe you're not stupid wealthy in your dream career, but you have enough funds to be able to live your life comfortably. And you're still contributing to the betterment of mankind. Feels pretty good, huh? I would say so. Feels pretty damn good. Okay. Open your eyes. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Relax. Shake your whole body. Make a funny noise. Okay. All right. Now, for the less than fun part. Woo! And the way I explain it to people, it's like you're a warehouse manager taking inventory. You're going through the furniture warehouse, just seeing how many couches you have, how many love seats you have. You're just checking it off of a sheet. You're not walking up saying, we have 3 couches. We should have 10 couches. We have 2 love seats. We should have 12 love seats. Nope. You're like, 3 couches, boop. 2 love seats, boop. Next item, and that's it. So, from that frame of reference, what's it like now? How does it feel? What would someone have to believe to create this experience under the current reality? What else would someone have to believe to create this experience? What else would someone have to believe to create this experience? And what lets you know that this belief is true? What are some of the thoughts that someone would have to have in order to create this experience? And what lets you know that their thoughts are true? What are some of the emotions that someone is likely to feel creating this experience? What would someone have to feel in order for this belief to be true? Okay, so now, in the world of resistance, where from 0 to 10, where 10 is there's no way on God's green earth that I can have this dream career, and 0 is it's no big deal. I can change my mind, make a couple of moves, take a couple of courses, and be in my dream career in no time. What is your level of resistance? Okay. Write that down somewhere. You're going to need that later. So now, back to the true choice of the dream career. And as we've said in the past, a true choice is just something that we choose just because we love it. It's not a true choice if it's a choice that you make to fix something because you're not broken. It's not a true choice if it's a choice that you make to cover for some shortcoming. It's not a true choice if it's a choice that you make to get back at somebody. It's a true choice if it's something that you choose just because you love it. So right now we're choosing our dream career. All right, close your eyes. Now, feel yourself into the environment of your dream career. Say it's day one and everybody's happy to see you there. They're happy to help you along, happy to get your feet in the stirrups, so to speak, so you can ride the horse the way you're supposed to if cowboy was your dream career. I don't know. Say you've been there for a year, you're comfortable, things are growing the way that they're supposed to be growing. You've got accolades coming in from clients. If you're an employee, your boss smiles at you every time he sees you because he knows that you're the hardest working one in that whole outfit because you actually want to be there. It's a beautiful thing. Feel into that. Feel into that. How does that feel? Oh, man. You know, that reminds me. Okay. I got distracted. Okay. It just reminded me of one time. It wasn't a dream job. It's so strange. It wasn't a dream job, and it wound up being one of the best jobs that I ever had in my life. I had gone through this month's training starting as a route manager for Schwann's. If you don't know them, they're the big yellow truck that goes driving around through neighborhoods selling ice cream and frozen food. And I remember as I was going through the training, I was just in regular clothes. And then the day came where I got a uniform. And they gave us the uniforms, and they had us change into the uniforms before we started work that day. And if anybody knows the original Superman television show, the beginning of it, it's like that's what was going on in my head while I was putting on this uniform. And it was just regular cloth. It wasn't bulletproof or anything. But in my head, I was like, faster than a speeding bullet as I'm putting on the shirt. More powerful than a locomotive as I'm putting on the pants. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound as I put on the belt. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Schwanzman. That's literally what was going on in my head. Okay, open your eyes if you haven't opened your eyes already. Thank you for playing along. I thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. All right, so now back to the furniture manager going through the warehouse, taking inventory. What is your current reality, or what is it that you're resisting that you don't want? Feel that. Where do you feel it in your body? Describe it. Okay, open your eyes. Question. Did focusing on the undesirable result change it? Did it make it smaller? Did it make it bigger? Of course not. Not at all. All right. Now for the fun stuff, where all manner of goodness begins to take place. Okay. So now, time to do the thing. Time to do the deal. Here we go. All right, everybody, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through the mouth. Relax. Loosen up your body. Relax. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. So now, focus on the unwanted. Focus on the job that you don't want, that you don't like, that you hate, that you despise, that you look for reasons to not show up for on Monday morning, but you go anyway because you have bills to pay and you have kids to keep living indoors. Focus on the unwanted. As bad as you don't want it, focus on it. Now, here comes the tricky part. If you think about it, you can find advantages to it, can't you? Of course you can. If you're working at a job where you're working indoors, hey, I'm working indoors. We've got air conditioning. I can walk to a water fountain at will whenever I get thirsty. If you're outdoors and you're running a route somewhere, you're like, hey, it's like I'm just out and about. I get to meet new people or solidify friendships with people that I see regularly, enjoy each other's company, however briefly, all kinds of advantages. So think about the advantages of what it is that you don't want, the career that you don't want. Okay, pull away from that for a little bit. And now, focus on the wanted. Focus on your dream career. Roll around in that for a minute. The question now is, if you think real hard, what could be some of the disadvantages of getting your dream career? I mean, just think about it. If you were used to working outside and your dream career is inside, you don't get the suntan that you used to be able to get. If your dream career is inside and you're working outside, you're like, man, working outside, it's uncomfortable, but I don't have to wear a suit every day. If I get my dream career, I'm definitely going to have to wear a suit every day because everybody in that office wears a suit. What does a suit mean? Or a dress? Dry cleaning, shopping. Yeah, you can write it off on your taxes, but it's inconvenient. So think real hard. What could be some of the disadvantages of getting your dream career? And now, for the super tricky part, feel the unwanted outcome, your current reality. And while you're feeling that, also feel the desired result, your dream career. What does that feel like? See, this is how most people are living their lives, oscillating between what they want and what they don't want. In this situation, what we're shooting for is getting to the point where before we were looking at our current reality as bad and our dream career as good. That makes them, the identities don't match. So as much as that would be a good thing, to get your dream career, since your identity is stuck in the current reality, you'll always wind up falling back to the current reality. Now, while feeling both of these outcomes, the undesired or current reality and the desired or dream job, add in all of the other possible outcomes and accept them all as possible. Now we've gotten to the point where our identity is the same for where we're at and where we want to go. You can just choose the one you want. Feel into it with your body. Because you're emotionally equal, your identity is equal with your current reality and your desired reality. And now take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relax, shake it off, make a funny noise. One more time, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make a funny noise. Let it all go, let it all go. And open your eyes. So now what is your resistance level? Ideally, if initially your resistance level was an 8, you're at about a 1 or a 0. If you started out and your resistance level was at a 10, ain't no way in the world I can get this dream job, and your resistance level is down to a 5 now, you're at like, maybe I can get it, maybe I can't. You've at least moved from the stuck position at a resistance level of 10 to a position that's in motion. And if you let this sink into your soul a little bit, that resistance can drop even further. Or anytime you feel the need, feel free to go back over this and go through it again. And you can move that 5 down to a 2. After all is said and done, the last remaining question: what aligned action will you take? Because all of this is just hypothetical if you don't take action. The name of the game, our goal at transformationsareus.com, is to get you out of the limiting beliefs business, to remove your limiting beliefs, to greatly reduce the energy of, if not totally remove the energy from past trauma, so you can make the moves in your life to increase satisfaction and decrease pain. That's why I'm here. That's why we're here. That's what I look forward to helping you with when we connect in the future. So if you would please just go ahead into the description, click on the link at the top of the description, and look over what levels of coaching that you're comfortable with. Find a level that you're comfortable with. Click on it, send in the payment, and we can get started. I look forward to working with you. I'm grateful to you for your time. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate you. And I just want only the best for you. And I want to help you want the best for yourself. Again, I love you. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your life. Have a great remainder of the day. Me love you long time. Bye-bye, everybody.